Zach from Grecca TV, and I'm going to start doing a tutorial for you guys on exactly how to play this game. If you're wondering different things, we'll be covering controls and stuff like that. But first things first, ignore the trolls. I'm not going to point fingers and say any names exactly to who these trolls are, but ignore them. Just that's the big thing. If they tell you to rage quit, just don't listen to them. Just play. Be strong. Be strong. But anyways. So I will be posting a picture or text, whatever you want to call it, up on the screen right now, and it is showing you guys the controls. Now you can easily access this by pressing F1, and you can see it in game. Now these are just the basic controls. They're probably going to add stuff in the future, like different things that you pay attention to more. Like they have Q, W, and E for different attacks, but those aren't implemented yet, so we don't need to worry about that yet. So yeah. Also, if you want to see other controls that aren't shown in the F1 menu, you can just click Escape and then go over to Options, and then once you're in Options, click Controls, and it'll show everything that was up there for the F1 menu. But here, you'll be able to see, I believe, what your character sheet is, your equipment, your backpack, crafting, what each hotkey for them is. So like M for minimap, N for factions, Y for party, T for crafting, etc. I for backpack. Of course, thought I'd just throw that in there because it's very important. Okay, so I was just explaining the basic controls. You guys gotta know what you're doing, and then later in this tutorial, we will also be explaining health and what the whole game is kind of like. Okay, now let's move on to health, shock, and stamina. Alright, so health is not what you would really think it is in this game. Most people would think health would be once it runs out, that's when you are knocked out or killed. Well, shock is actually that in this game. Shock is your KO bar. It's the blank bar, and when it fills up, you are then knocked out, and then your body is on the floor and you respawn. Now, the thing with shock is you take hits and it goes up, but it can regenerate back to 0 if you stall for 20 seconds. If you keep the consistent 20 seconds going without getting hit, then it'll refill. But you must remember that if you get hit within those 20 seconds, the timer restarts. So you can't just be like, oh, I'm healing for 15 seconds, get hit, and then you still have 5 seconds left. No, it's not going to work. That's going to reset 20 seconds. But you must also keep in mind that if you have no shock damage, but you only have 1 health point left, then you take the next hit. You may not die from the shock, but you'll die from the health loss. So technically, it is what it is. It is what the health is, but you're probably more prone to die from shock damage than health damage, because health you can take maybe, I don't know, 30 hits, but shock you can probably take like 4, I don't know. And it really depends on your equipment sometimes, but even though it's not that big of a deal in this yet, I don't know, it's still alpha, so I don't know what we can expect. But yeah, so you can still die from health, so you got to keep an eye on both. Alright, so you don't want to push yourself too much. You got to get the hell out of there if you're about to die from health or shock. Also remember, if you're sparring with somebody or a friend or whoever, remember to turn non-lethal activated or on, because that way it won't kill them after they are shocked. So if I were to take my friend down and get him all fully shocked, he would only go into a state where he's dazed, and then he can get up after that, and then you have to wait 20 seconds until the shock goes completely away. So yeah, that is pressing the, well, I'll just put it up on the screen, the dash button, whatever you want to call it on your keyboard. I'm just going to put it right up on the screen for you guys. So yeah. Okie dokie, so that's that for HP and shock. Now let's get on to stamina. Alright, stamina is pretty straightforward. I mean, if you play games like, I don't know, Dark Souls or Monster Hunter, you have a stamina bar. You can't just go in randomly attacking like a little fucking whatever. I don't know. Pardon my language, people, but that's how I do. Anyways, so yeah, with the stamina, certain attacks will take up a certain amount of stamina. So basic attack takes up, well, depending on the weapon, it'll take up less stamina, the least probably. And then your shield bash will take up, I believe, about half, or almost, I don't know. You can check this all by your character stats, because depending on your character, it can take up certain amounts. Like it varies. So okay, so and also when you guard, you will take stamina damage, but you won't take damage to anything. So you really gotta watch your stamina bar. You can't just go in and just keep attacking and expect to win. You gotta, if you miss like your first attack, don't just keep attacking like a little retard trying to wait until they get into your attacks. Just like you guys gotta hit, and if you miss, stand back, wait for all that to replenish, and then go back in. And it's very crazy. You know, you gotta do a lot of predicting stuff, but you know that's for the combat tutorial. I'll do that another episode. Okay, before I forget, hunger system. Okay, so the hunger system, it'll deplete as you walk around and do stuff. Now, the thing about it is, basically, you really want to keep it above half, because if you get famished or hungry, it'll pretty much affect your character. Now, it'll affect its performance. I believe you take more damage. Sorry, I got like half hiccups. I'm having trouble here. But anyways, I think you take like double damage or something. And the thing is, you can replenish it by, you know, eating food, and then it'll give you a boost to your stats. But they're in the form of tokens. Now I'll talk about that another episode. But yeah, so you need to keep your hunger at good strength, or whatever you want to call it, and just don't go out in the battle when it's low. And if you are really desperate for food, I really suggest, if you're going to go out and, like, you know, you're probably going to see other players or reverends or whatever, avoid them. Pick apples, avoid them, try to find sheep, slaughter them, you know, fun stuff, yeah. Slaughtering sheep, I mean, who doesn't fucking love and do that? Okay, so that is for the hunger. You gotta watch that. It'll really affect you. But also, before I forget again, because I suck ass at this whole tutorial thing, you definitely want to do /sit when you are AFK, because that way you lose hunger, but it's like so much less. Like you could stand there for an hour and lose all your hunger, and you could sit for 8 hours and like still have enough hunger to like go out and fight. So I mean, it's pretty good. And if you want to know any other commands, just type /help and you can see the other commands. They plan on adding more emotions and stuff like that. So, yeah. So that is basically for the HUD and controls and, you know, your health and stuff. Next tutorial, I believe I will probably be covering basic combat and basic techniques and basic crafting. Like, not specific things, but just kind of covering some of the crafting skills and gathering skills, combat skills. You know, the skills. Could have just said that. Whatever. I'm sorry, guys. Don't fucking kill me. Oh my god, there I did cussing again. Oh my god, I'm so sorry. Please don't hurt me, Jesus Lord. But anyways, so, hope you guys like this tutorial. Peace out. I'll be, you know, working on another one soon. That'll be part 2. Alright, see ya. Good luck in the world of Grecca. Please don't rage quit from JRG or Righteous, because they're trolls. So, I forgot I wasn't supposed to point fingers.